I'm going to move on to example 5. Okay, cube root. This is fun stuff. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break this stuff apart. I have the cube root of 64 times the cube root of a to the 6th. Now, the good news is this number is perfect. 6 divided by 3 gives us 2. So I can immediately evaluate this out. The cube root of a to the 6th is a squared because I go 6 divided by 3, and that gives me a squared. So now I have to break this apart, this 64 times 64, whatever else, into a cube root. Is there a perfect cube root for 64? Well, here's the fun part. There is actually a perfect cube root for 64. It's 4 times 4 times 4, and that gives us 64. So you are responsible for these numbers. 2 times 2 times 2 gives you 8. 3 times 3, I'm just going to do 3 cubed, is equal to 27. 4 cubed is equal to 64. 5 cubed is equal to 125. Get more familiar with these numbers. This is what we're going to be looking for. So what is the cube root of 64? Why, it's quite simply, what is it? 4. That's it. So I'm just going to evaluate the 4 out. So when I do that, I end up putting them together. This is simplified. This is simplified. I end up with 4a squared. No big deal. Now I'm going to move to example 6 in the same video. I think we can move a little faster now. Okay, example 6. This is a 4th root, y'all. This is a 4th root. This is a little rough. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and break this apart. I have 2 times the 4th root. Notice how this is the same process over and over again. There's my 4th root of 81 times my 4th root of x to the 8th. Now, my rules. Can I do anything with my 2? No, it stays. 4th root of 81. Lord, y'all, this is so you can type this into Desmos and see if it's a perfect number. If it's not a perfect number, it'll give you decimals and you'll have to do some crazy stuff. But 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is, in fact, 81. So that means 3 to the 4th power is equal to 81. So that means the 4th root of 81 is 3. How are you supposed to know that? You're learning it today. That's how. So the 4th root of 81 is 3. Am I going to expect you to memorize that? No. Would it help you to memorize that? Yes. But more importantly, would it help you to figure out how to generate your own numbers? Can you quickly generate your own list of numbers when it comes to the 4th powers? And you only need to really stick through about 2 through 8. I don't think we test y'all beyond those numbers because the numbers get wild. But the idea is the same. So now I'm going to look at this. This is 8 and this is 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I'm going to be able to reduce this down to x squared. And let's see if that makes sense. If I had x squared times x squared times x squared times x squared, we'll add them up. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is, in fact, x to the 8, y'all. So x to the 8. The 4th root of x to the 8 is x squared. Now, have we simplified everything? We have. So let's shove it together. 2 times 3 is 6. And x squared goes right next to it. And we're good. Now I'm going to do example 7 in a different video.